We know, of course, that the UK and other NATO allies have sent troops in to help bolster those Baltic countries' defences. Understandably, they're very nervous. How concerned are you about refugees spilling over the border? We've already seen thousands of vehicles trying to get out of the capital, Kiev, this morning.
No, I don't honestly believe in the short term we're talking about a refugee problem in terms of Western Europe. Yes, of course. There will be many Ukrainians who might see if they can get out of Ukraine somewhere, and Poland is their nearest neighbour, and there is likely to be movement of that kind. But remember, what we're going to see over the next few days is, first of all, the Ukrainian military are much stronger than they were 6 years ago. Now, they can't defeat the Russians, but they're 100,000 strong. That's a hell of a lot of troops. And therefore, there will be a lot of Russian body bags going back to Moscow. And all the evidence that exists is that the Russian public don't want this war. They don't understand why Russia is invading its nearest neighbor, its closest neighbor. It's almost like a civil war, we're told. So Putin has a problem on that aspect. But there will be an insurgency. If he occupies parts of Ukraine, even when the military is defeated, then you will have insurgency as you had in Afghanistan. The Soviets were driven out of Afghanistan in the 1990s, as was America just a few months ago, by a much smaller country where people, not in a conventional sense, but as insurgents, constantly use military activity to thwart the invader. So that is what Putin has let himself in for. He's normally a very calculated man. On this occasion, I believe he's made the biggest mistake of his career.
Yes, well, you are a keen observer, obviously, of the geopolitics of that region in particular. And this may be an impossible question, and apologies for this, but what is your gut feeling about how this might unfold in terms of, he says at the moment these are peacekeeping troops that are going into that area of the Donbass around Donetsk and Luhansk. He has also raised the prospect of actually an incursion into the wider region around there. Are you concerned, worried, do you believe that he might actually expand outwards from just that Donbass region?
Your own report shows that he's already doing that. Your own report says that Ukraine is being attacked, you said, from the north, the south and the east. This isn't peacekeeping. Yet another total distortion. The language that Putin uses couldn't be more wicked. He's a very wicked man. You're not peacekeeping when you attack a country that has never attacked you. Ukraine has not once attacked Russia. There's not a single Ukrainian missile or soldier that has sought to invade Russian territory or attack Russian citizens. It's complete rubbish. And what's more, Putin knows it's complete rubbish. So let's not use his language. It is unfair to the Ukrainians. They've got enough problems without having to explain the perfidy of Putin. What we are seeing, though, what we don't yet know, is that the attacks from the north, through Belarus towards Kiev, and in Odessa, perhaps, according to some reports, these may be attempts simply to fragment the Ukrainian response. It may not be an overall invasion of the whole country at this stage. Or, on the other hand, it may be. We just don't know. The sheer numbers involved will be significant, and the ability of the Ukrainian military, if not to defeat them, at least to delay their advance, is something we will find out in the next 48 hours.